You want to see how good a dog's sense of hearing is? Check this out. Do you want to ginger that? Good. Hi, well, it's Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK. A sort of damp, chilly, slightly annoying day really. And it's the start really of my second to last block of training. It's now the start of May. So I've got a block of training here in May and then a block of training at the start of June before I start the challenge at the end of June. So really I need to start breaking down what I'm doing in each of these blocks. And I think this block, this 3-week block is probably going to have to be the big one really. So the plan today was simply to go out and do a couple of hours, around about 50k or more. Take it nice and easy because on Friday I had my second jab for the COVID vaccine, and I wanted to see really how I felt after that on Friday. And a few days later, didn't feel great over the weekend, so I haven't ridden much since sort of Friday evening. Didn't ride Saturday or Sunday, so I wanted to sort of unblock the legs a little bit and also just have a bit of a test really to see how I feel post-vaccine. And I had to admit, the last hour of this ride I sort of started to feel pretty good, so that's reassuring. So the plan for the remainder of May really is to do this. So to use this week to start building up the distance again, start getting 3, 4, 5 hour rides in preparation for a big block next week of distance, including a recon of the longest stage, which is 153k. I'll need to go out and check the route for that. Leading into the 3rd week of May and the 3rd week of the block, where I need to plan this, but I need to head over to Brecon for 3 days to ride in the morning, get some climbing in, to recon some stages, and then use the afternoon to drive any remaining recon or changes to the routes that I might need to do. So that's the plan for essentially May, and that should take me to the start of June, when really, you know, that's when I need to start thinking about really starting to wind up and get some sort of recovery ready. Although this last couple of months has told me that the last thing I need to do is completely rest. I need to go into it having ridden quite a lot, I think. So don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, why wouldn't you? I mean, what's not to like about somebody in their mid-40s trying to get back to some sort of level of fitness, not just physically but mentally as well? So hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell, because I am going to be churning out a lot more videos over the next 2 or 3 months for sure. change to my travel plans has led to an unexpected commute today. I was going to go out for a little spin tonight when I got back from work after yesterday's effort, which I'll talk about in a sec. But in the end I've come out for a slightly chilly commute into Bristol. It seems a bit strange being on the same roads that I've ridden for years, just commuting in and out of Bristol. I haven't actually ridden this route for a long time, what with lockdown and going on all these extended rides. But by the end of today I should have sort of neatly reached about 200 kilometres for this week so far. And yesterday's ride at Castle Combe was eventful, to say the least. Weather forecast kind of said the wind was going to die down. That was wrong. Forecast said it was going to be dry. That was wrong. And in the end we ended up with 25 to 30 mile an hour headwinds on the back straight, which resulted in every time you're going along that back straight I was riding between 450 and 500 watts out the saddle at times into a block headwind and managing about 18-19 kilometers an hour, which was a little hard work, to say the least. So the plan yesterday really with the ride was to treat it as a tempo, and I wanted to try and ride for 2 hours around about 30 kilometers an hour, and I managed that despite this headwind. I think I rode in total, I think it was 30.5 kilometers an hour. So considering the sort of variable nature of the wind, you know, 18 kilometers an hour one direction, 45 kilometers the other, I was pretty pleased with the pacing on that really. I think you can see from this screenshot that it was quite an effort into the wind. So what I was doing was trying to lead anybody that was riding hard along that back straight. I tried to get on the front of their wheel and lead them out really. I just played around last night. There weren't that many people there. It was a cool HPV though, which I've not seen before. That was quick. I didn't really fancy it much steering wise in regard to its stability, but didn't seem to bother the pilot much. He was absolutely careering along sort of 40 to 50k an hour the whole way. Anyway, that takes us up to the end of Wednesday. We will see what the rest of the week brings. Here he is, Valentino! And so today takes me out on my final bike ride of the week with Cleveland District Road Club. A very proud rider, and this will be my second club run of the week. We skipped yesterday because, yesterday being Saturday, because the weather was atrocious. The club ride on Saturday was really rather interesting, in as much as there were 4 of us out on Friday, and we did a route which is almost exactly the reverse of the one that I'm doing today, with a different club. So that should be an interesting combination to see and compare one to the other. But also the other interesting thing, and this is highly motivating, is that the 3 of them were absolutely kicking my ass. Now we did around about, I think, 700 meters of elevation, not much really in the grand scheme of things, but we are in the Mendips, so some of those climbs, 2 of them really, were pretty long-ish for the UK, and these guys absolutely slayed me. And the 3 of them, their combined age is 200 years old, 2 65-year-olds and a 70-year-old. And John, the 70-year-old, well, he's fitter than I was at 35. It's absolutely astounding just how fit you can stay late into your age. Now, how much of that is to do with bike riding and the sort of lack of impact on your body, I don't really know. I'm sure that will have a bearing, but it was an absolute joy to see these guys riding so strongly, absolutely ripping my legs off on the climbs. Admittedly, I tended to be on the front, on the flat, into the headwinds, and leading them out for anything that went upwards, which I was very proud to be able to do. But as soon as gravity went anywhere in that direction, I was completely out of the frame. And I do mean completely out of the frame. Dropped like a good one. So thanks to those guys for an absolutely fantastic ride and being so inspiring and motivating to essentially keep doing what this channel was set up to do, which is to get myself fit and active again and to get my head in a place where I was enjoying the process. And I have to say, despite the 20 odd hours a week that I'm spending on the bike and training, I am very much enjoying the process. And today looks a touch better. Fingers crossed you won't get too dumped upon. And the plan is just to go and do whatever the ride is. I think the plan was only about 50 or 60k. Now I'm going to do more than that because this is supposed to be my build week. So fingers crossed I will be near sort of 350k by the end of this week, with the plan to add in a lot longer rides next week just to really get the legs sort of, well, aching a little bit, hopefully. And then with the final week of this build, the third week, really smashing up the elevation, because that's the one thing I can't seem to really manage to get to a point where I'm sort of really getting up into those 5,000-6,000 meters of elevation a week, because I'm going to be nearer 7,000 meters of elevation a week when it comes to the Grand Tour. So I need to get that sorted out and finally book the few days off to go to Brecon for 3 days to do the final recce's. And so that neatly wraps up this week. I hope you've had a good week. I hope you've managed to dodge the weather, and I hope you've ridden, run or swam with some of your best mates, because I've certainly ridden with some of them this week. I must admit I'm missing running and swimming with them too, but I'm certainly enjoying the company on the bike at the minute. Fabulous humans.